Hi, this is Meteorologist Steve Pellettiere, and I am the Weatherman. Thanks for checking into the weathermanpod.com on your Friday. It's the second day of the month of January, 2026. And our weather situation started off with those squalls early in the morning that moved through the whole Northeast from central New England all the way down in through southeastern Pennsylvania, southern New Jersey, and Delmarva, and even to the east across New York City and Long Island and coastal sections of New England, where a very fast-moving frontal system moved through between, looked like around 5 a.m. and 7 a.m. At some points, the visibility has dropped down to an eighth of a mile and some heavy snow for a brief period of time, and that resulted in coatings to as much as an inch or two, especially in the higher spots of northwestern New Jersey. And very cold weather, too, starts off the day with most temperatures down into the teens this morning is the cold trend. That showed us very cold conditions for the month of December, where we're averaging about 5 to 6 degrees below normal. 5 to 6 degrees below normal for December. Well, that trend will continue at least through the first 5 days of January. We are seeing a little bit of a warm-up, though, towards the second half of next week and into the middle portion of January. But then again, that could change. Northwesterly flow continues across the Great Lakes, causing lots of snow showers and squalls just to the south and east of Lake Ontario, Lake Erie, and also the Great Lakes of Huron and in the central and southern portions of Lake Michigan as well. Well, the weather situation for today is going to be fair across the Northeast, but cold. High temperatures ranging up to near 30. It's about a good 7, 8 degrees below normal with partial sunshine. Partly cloudy at night, down to the teens again, middle teens for the most part. Saturday, partly sunny, lower 30s. Sunday, sunshine, 34. Monday, mostly cloudy and 31. Now, if you're flying today, first, just a little tidbit of information about what I was reading a little bit earlier. AAA has put out a pretty good little article. AAA, of course, your AAA today. The key to deciphering airport codes. So just go to AAA today or AAA.com and look for that article, A Key to Deciphering Airport Codes. And it just talks about why airports are, their identifiers are the way they are. You know, no identifier in the United States that's public or where we have transportation hubs can start with an N because that's reserved for the Navy. Like that's why Newark is EWR instead of being NEW. NEW used to be a naval air station down in southern portion of the country. However, Newark EWR is very common. Most folks know what that is, but why is it not NEWR is explained in that article. Also, Key West, instead of starting with a K, that's also restricted as well. The U.S. Navy Reserve codes beginning with the letters N, K, and W. And they're also reserved to U.S. radio call letters, and that's why these airports have particular codes. Some of these airport codes are very obvious, like ATL. That is the busiest airport in the world. Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta Airport. I say Atlanta all the time just to get there quickly and get out and talk about all the rest of the airports across the nation. DFW, Dallas-Fort Worth, Denver, ORD, which is O'Hare International Airport, and LAX, which is for LA, just adding an X at the end. It's Los Angeles International Airport. All explained in that article, so you might want to check that out. But if you are traveling today, we're still going to have those lake effect snow showers and squalls at Cleveland, Erie, Pennsylvania, also south and east of Lake Ontario at Rochester and over to Utica and Syracuse. Looks like it's just going to be very cold up around Messina, just south of Ottawa. However, also looking at pretty good weather in Newark, LaGuardia, JFK, no problems weather-wise there. Boston, just a few snow showers, but basically pretty good weather in and out of there. Atlanta will have some rain moving in, but it's not going to be very low IFR weather or, very low weather that will cause significant delays, but they will have some showers. Charlotte also looking dry with the frontal system. It's almost stationary just to the north. Dry weather in central and south Florida. Houston and Dallas-Fort Worth are dry. Chicago looking pretty good weather-wise, no problems there. Minneapolis, St. Paul also dry but cold. West Coast, still some showers. In San Diego, L.A., San Francisco, Portland, and Seattle. No major areas of weather moving into the Pacific Northwest at this point. However, for tonight and early on Saturday, good possibility of a storm moving in from the Pacific. So there will have some hefty rains once again in Northern California up to Washington State. That's the weather picture across the nation for this second day of the month of January. I hope you have a good day. I hope you had a great New Year's. And we'll talk to you first thing on Saturday. See you then.